here. Let our friends come up on stage. How's everyone doing? GM to the Americans just waking up to this shit show of a weekend. It's a weekend for the books, friends.
Hey, GM, sir.
Hello, hey.
Oof, what a day.
Bro, when it rains, it pours, and still flabbergasted that we somehow prophesized this day, man.
I mean, almost down to the minute. Like, literally, the curve turned off, and then everything hit the fan. Like, so quick.
I'm really regretting not teeing up both votes at the same time now. Because we could have, but we wanted to let the first vote finish first and then tee up the other one. But if we had teed up both, we'd be out of this situation. But, you know, can't change it.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, things are at least stable now. Like, it's like they've reached a point. They're kind of sitting there. We're not seeing a massive dump off. So hopefully it stays there until the end of the second vote. The second vote ends when? Monday?
Tuesday. Well, yeah, 2 a.m. on Tuesday. So it'll be Monday, 9 p.m. for you guys, I think.
Just to make it clear, you guys are talking about the dropping price of the stablecoins?
Yeah, just like the whole stablecoin depeg that's happening today.
Yeah, I have it's a personal opinion, but I think this is the Luna effect. Everybody saw what happened to Luna, and now they are predicting that something similar might happen. But it's different this time. It's regulated institutions. It's a completely different game.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, it's just there's plenty of Twitter threads out there talking about the balance sheet of Circle and the treasuries and all that. You know, there's the funds are there, I believe. It's just if the market overreacts and somehow triggers its own bank run because of just fear, then that's where the big problem is. Like if there's just too many redemptions for them to cover, and then it starts triggering a major bank run on USDC and Circle, then that's where it gets problematic.
But even if there is a bank run on Circle, at least from what I read, it's 10% of the funds, right? So in the worst case scenario, they are going to be able to redeem 90% of the withdrawals, right? So a drop in 10% is expected, hopefully less. But I think that's the worst case scenario. At least that's my my hope.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't think so. Because the way it works is if it's not 1-to-1, then it's a game of everybody gets to max their withdrawal and get 100% redemption, except for whoever the last 10% of people are. And so it's a game of everybody rushing to the exits to not be that last 10% of people. I wish it was just, everybody gets to redeem equally and take 90% with a 10% haircut. But I'm pretty sure that's not how it plays out. So.
No, that's right. Yeah. It's
But,
the last 10% that lose everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're assuming that they have 90%. They might only have who knows if they're actually fully backed or not before this. Like stable coins they don't have the best record of being fully collateralized these days.
I can promise you that retail will be that final 10%.
Does anyone want to mint a PWAP? I think this is a piece of crypto history. I definitely want to say that I was a part of it.
Yeah, where's the fake gotchi after this one? We need somebody to make a fake gotchi.
We're going to have a badge. The badge will be, it won't say die DPEG, but it will say Ghost Independence Day. So if you have voted, if you voted in the Aragon votes, your gotchi is going to be, we'll be airdropping this badge to it.
Maybe a very important practical point to touch on here right at the front, and we can do reminders throughout, is Market's going to do its thing, but we have to do our part regardless. Assume things are going to work out, and we still need that second vote to hit quorum and pass. So I'm sure it'll be just like the first vote, but sometimes there's a little bit of apathy to, already, hey, we got the first vote, that was really important, and the ETH move, or sorry, the ETH, the ghost moves, or people like forget to vote again, and we actually need everybody to turn up and vote again. Because it was we got over quorum, but not like by a landslide. So we need everybody to show up and vote again for that second vote, because if it didn't pass, we'd have to resubmit it, reorganize, and that'll cost us 3 more days. And nobody wants that. So I'm sure we'll get it, but the vote is live. We should send a link for it and promote the heck out of that thing here on Twitter and any Ghost or Aavegotchi groups you're in. Just everybody needs, anybody who has already, had their ghost come to Ethereum, make sure you go vote in vote number 2. And that goes for myself. I haven't voted yet. I need to get in there and do my votes. So job is not done.
The kind of the good news to some of the ghosts being sold off before the bonding curve closed, what is that the total supply did go down quite significantly. So I believe we have our ghosts that we're able to vote with represents 6.6% of the total supply. So we really, at a minimum, we need 1.4% of voting power to come from the community to be able to vote for this and get it to pass quorum. Currently, we're at 0.34%. So we need roughly 1.06% more to get the minimum approval. And then we have to wait, and obviously, until the vote runs out of time 2.5 days from now.
Yeah, what will it be, like Tuesday morning, Singapore time, Monday evening in the US?
Yep. Yeah, 10:23 a.m. on Tuesday.
Yep. 10:23 a.m. Hefe, I think you got some reverb.
Okay.
I think it's worth noting with all the DPEG and stuff, money is just faith. I feel like people forgot that we used to trade like sticks and seashells. I mean, that used to be money a long time ago.
Yeah, I would love to get some rye stones right now. They'd be put all my money in those. They're hard to
I'm
move.
kind of happy I went and bought 4 unopened portals, because that's like, at least that's gonna, those will still have gotchis in them at the end of the day. So whatever.
With spring, I've been looking into tulips.
Tulips.
Can you have a new curve with seashells?
Just, the oldest profession in the world is still out there, so I know there's hope for me.
I'll drop a couple of tweets here. Everyone can give some support to. We got this the little mini campaign going on here. Repeg die, the hashtag, raising visibility for it. So we got 17.2K views, not too bad. I can only imagine what the MakerDAO team's going through right now. Must be nuts. I know their governance
they're
is
trading.
pretty active.
DAI's trading above USDC, so for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, I think there's slightly more confidence.
Yeah, I would hope it would. If it doesn't, that'd be even worse. It should, but it should be, theoretically, it should be whatever USD has lost, DAI should be 50% less, because USDC doesn't really represent it represents 48% of the collaterals of DAI. So if USDC goes down by 10%, really DAI should only go down by 5%. But it's still going down by 10%, which is not happening. I don't like to see that.
Yeah. Market's a bit irrational. We'll see what happens. I did see some interesting tweets. If like you just take the DAI cash tag on Twitter and snoop around. I don't know what it means, but did anybody else see like Justin Sun, who you can think what you want, but very shrewd guy, it looked like somebody was watching one of his wallets that took like 85 million of USDC and swapped it to DAI. This was like 6, 7, 8 hours. I don't know what that means, but that's a lot of DAI and a lot less USDC he wants to hold. So seems like somebody moving in the right direction. Or he could be up to something.
He also bought a little bit. Yeah, he could be up to something. Vitalik sold some ETH and bought USDC and DAI.
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of like crypto startups and everything depend on these stables to live in a fiat world. So I think it's in the crypto space is good, best intentions to kind of, keep it up and running.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like this seems to go beyond crypto too. Is like the whole Silicon Valley Bank is the root of this, and it affects so many startups and their runways and payroll. It's pretty messy. I hope it's not the beginning of something bigger. I think that's the real fear right now. If it stays contained and on Monday, have some progress there, and Circle has access to their funds, or they have better answers, things could turn around pretty quick. So sucks feeling not in control of things,
We were so close. Got 50% of the process done.
Literally couldn't have been closer, dude. Like the vote went executed, and I had another window with the CoinGecko open for DAI, and it was at 98 cents. I was just like, fuck. Like, how does it happen on the same day? The same day.
Yeah, props to you, Jesse. I mean, Jesse was the one. He's like, we gotta, we were talking, like, when should we do this vote, or when should we try and actually set the date? And Jesse's consistently been the one, like, we should do it as soon as possible, as soon as these votes go through. Give plenty of time for the bridging and everything, but we really try to do this as quickly as we can to get the voting power needed on Ethereum. But yeah, Jesse's been the one, like I know he's been it's keeping him up sometimes at night, like just thinking about the DPEG. And here we are.
Here we are. It's like the black swan arrived. It's just like saw it out there, knew it was circling. It's like it could be months, it could be years, but it's definitely coming. It's just
I do remember when you specifically said if it happens this year, it happens in the first quarter. And I remember that. I remember you saying that, and I was like, damn, he's probably right.
You called it, man.
Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? It's just like shit.
Yeah, that one stuck in my head because when somebody says something, there's a certain type of conviction that you can't fake, and you had that in that statement of like, I don't know if it's happening or not, but if it does, it's going to be very soon.
Yeah, it's unfortunately too soon. So we'll see though. I think the jury's out. So we just gotta come through it either way. The cool thing is, regardless, Aavegotchi is gonna be Aavegotchi, like regardless. So it's either gonna be a super well funded raise for Aavegotchi and Gotchi DAO and Pixelcraft, like it should be, or we'll be like 2.5 years of Daiko, and all we got was this T-shirt. But we're still building, and we've still got some really exciting stuff to ship on the horizon. I don't see any of that in jeopardy. So that's the good news. We did get Ghost free earlier today, or wherever you are in the world, last few hours.
One ghost equals one ghost from now on.
That's it.
Right.
Nice low supply cap. I feel very cozy with that supply cap.
What's the supply cap at?
It's 57 million, something like that.
A little lower than that. It's like I think it was 52.
Oh, that's really low. That's good. I mean, just in the sense of you got a 52 million token supply, which is relatively small, I think, compared to a lot of the stuff that we see in the space. And then it's governing Aavegotchi, the protocol. And it's also pretty soon going to be having a major role with the permissioned Gotchi chain. So that's all. We get through this storm here, and that's a lot of value and a lot of responsibility for all those 52 million tokens.
There'll also be the ecosystem that's getting built is kind of designed to lock tokens, either in your bids or your liquidity pools for rewards. So yeah, I can see that supply getting drained pretty quick.
Yeah, I think the tokenomics are stronger than ever in some ways. I mean, obviously, it's better than still being tied to the DAI after what happened today. I'm glad we're off it. I'm definitely glad we got that vote through.
It would have
Despite
been
whatever-
just as painful to watch. Like as DAI was going down to 88 cents today, it would have been just as painful to be watching the curve and be like, oh well, now we need to do this 3-day plan that we talked about with the community. We had the AGIP vote for, but it still would have taken 3 days, and we'd be sweating during that. We're sweating now, but we'd be sweating even harder with that curve not being off as DAI is going down to 88 cents on the dollar. So it's nice that we did take that first step and almost got the second step done perfectly, but this is just how things go. I don't think DAI is going to go down to like 50 cents by Monday. I would be so surprised, because the money is, I mean, Circle does have money. I think if anything, it'll probably stay where it is, and then when Monday, Tuesday, hopefully by Tuesday, if it's still 90 cents, I think 92 cents on the dollar, we'll take a little haircut. But I don't think we'll be down to like 50 cents by then. I think they'll find a way to, people will start redeeming. They're going to start redeeming their USDC for USD, and that's going to drive some arbing up. Now, if Circle says we're not going to allow redemption on Monday, then that'd probably be a problem. So hopefully they don't do that.
Yeah, and there's also like, I tweeted something out earlier and was corrected. There's, in terms of the way DAI works with the liquidations and everything, it seems to auto assume that USDC is $1, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, they have it hard coded.
Yeah, I really don't understand that. But I did see an update here. Maybe I can find it. And somebody was saying that there's some movement now in the MakerDAO governance where they're doing an emergency vote to maybe change that, which might be a necessary move. They need to start doing, because they're kind of quiet all day. And I was like, man, I was like, nobody's communicating well. I don't see any activity in their forum. And then there just started to be some stuff coming up last few hours. So better late than never, I guess.
Well, I was in a Twitter Spaces before I jumped on here, and that was kind of mentioned in that space of how if you're running like a stable coin that is, run by smart contracts and in the digital space, you have some more flexibility than a stable coin that is completely, regulated. And so that regulation is slow to move. So if, USDC is backed by the FDIC, you have to wait for the FDIC to put a rubber stamp on some shit to make something happen, versus where DAI can push an emergency vote and then update the protocol right away.
Just
a little preview here. Yeah, everybody's reading that, and I don't know if this was addressed. I missed the first few minutes, but we'll continue to hash out, what's going on in the market, because it is interesting and affects all of us. But we also will have some, I think in the second hour, some cool stuff to talk about with the Gotchiverse. So we'll hop in the Gotchiverse and do some new stuff tonight. So that'll be nice.
I want to make it rain. I want to drown away the pain with super chats, friends. Let's do some super chats in the Gotchiverse. Make it rain.
Oh, I saw in the patch notes something about friendly raffles that have something to say.
That's right. They'll be joining us shortly in the Gotchiverse.
Where did you see that? The patch?
In the patch notes.
It was in the
Oh.
patch notes. I logged in to do some upgrading last night.
There's always alpha in the patch notes. Alpha in the GitHub.
If we have a little time now, Hernani's up on stage. Can we talk about Orium scholarships? Kind of change the subject, move away from the DPEG.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I remember you saying there's something coming up, right? Some new developments, or maybe it's, yeah, would love to hear whatever it is.
Yeah, we actually released a video yesterday with Hernani kind of talking about it, but he can jump into it. I see that he unmuted himself, but Hernani, go for it.
Hey, hello everyone. Thanks for giving me this space. Is it possible to share the screen? Just hope that I can illustrate better what we are launching today to the Gotcha game.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
think we'll support 115 in the audience. I think everybody will be able to watch it.
Awesome. So yeah, we have been working for the past few months on what we believe it's a big problem within the NFT communities, which is onboarding, right? Bringing more people to Web3. I personally have participating on organizing large guild operations, so renting a lot of NFTs to a big number of people. At 2021, I think at our height, I think we had 1,800 active rentals within the Orion Guild community. And what we noticed was that there were a lot of people on that community that they wanted to participate on those rentals on the so-called scholarship programs, but they couldn't because there was no way that they could, allow the guilds to essentially create rentals on their behalf. And that's the problem that we decided to tackle. We wanted to essentially enable the community members to participate on these scholarship programs by not only borrowing NFTs, but also providing the NFTs they're going to be borrowed by the rest of the community. And we built a platform, a decentralized platform to do so. And that's what we are calling Orion Scholarships. So yeah, in very brief words, Orion Scholarships essentially allow you to delegate your assets to guilds. And once they are delegated, guilds are able to securely create rentals on the NFT owner's behalf. So if you go to the Orion Network website right now, you're going to see that there is a new tab. It's called Scholarships, and we have safes and guilds there. If you jump to the safes, we're going to develop multiple types of safes. Right now, we only launched the Aavegotchi NFT safe. You're going to see the number of NFTs that you deposit there. And once these assets are here, you can essentially delegate them for some of the guilds that are in our platform. And the cool thing about the NFT safe that we developed is that, first of all, it's completely open source, right? So you can actually go through the code and see what it does. And the second thing, and probably the most exciting thing, is that the NFT safe is completely owned by the user. So when you come to the website, you are actually going to create this safe first. It's the first transaction that you send. And you are essentially deploying a smart contract that you have completely ownership of. So you are the user is the only person that is going to be depositing and withdrawing assets from the safe. So in a sense, it's a self-custody platform, right? So you are able to securely delegate your assets through the safe, but you keep complete ownership of these assets, right? There is no commingling of funds. We are not putting everyone's assets in the same wallet or in the same smart contract, nothing like that. And finally, when you actually send the delegate transaction, what you're doing is you're essentially whitelisting specific guilds or specific user addresses to create these rentals on your behalf. So the custody of these assets are never going to be compromised, even when you delegate them, because again, the smart contract that you control only allow guilds to create these rentals on your behalf. So here I am in the Aavegotchi NFT page. You can see that I can select multiple options based on the assets that I have deposited here. I can delegate to a guild. I can undelegate. I can withdraw back to my wallet. multiple options. And from the guild's perspective, you can have multiple scholarship programs. I'm just showing one here on my screen. And yeah, here you're going to see that we have 4 different assets that are sitting. And I can just, for example, go ahead and create a rental offer based on one of the NFTs that we can manage. And yeah, to create a rental is exactly the same flow as you would have in the Aavegotchi UI. You basically select the rental duration. You can put some optional upfront ghost cost, and you can also limit per whitelist. One of the cool things that we were able to enable with Orion scholarships is that we are able to split ghosts. So I think that's going to be better illustrated when I'm delegating assets. But if you charge any upfront ghost and you want to split that with a guild or with any other third party, we because we have another layer of abstraction on top of the Aavegotchi protocol, we can essentially split those earnings between the guild and the NFT owner. And you're going to see that when you are delegating assets. We enable guilds to set profit shares on a per token basis. So you can set, for example, a specific profit share for a ghost, any ghost that you earn from there. And you can also set any profit share for Alchemica, which you can see right here. And the cool thing about it is that when you're sharing ghost profit, you're only sharing between the Aavegotchi owner and the guild. But when it comes to Alchemica, you have a lot more parties involved. You have the borrower, you have the Aavegotchi owner, you have the land owner as well, which might be the same as the Aavegotchi owner, and then you finally have the guild. So yeah, I think I've been in a monologue for maybe too long, but yeah, the earnings, they are all accumulated on a smart contract, and finally you can just see your earnings here, and you can withdraw them at any time. And this service is live. So if you go to Orion.network right now, you see the new scholarship tabs. You can create scholarship programs, you create NFT saves, and you can get started delegating assets to guilds and other NFT communities out there. One last thing that I want to just highlight is the difference, or what sets apart Orion scholarships from Orion other solutions in the market. So we are not striving to create, a fully automated platform that we are going to automatically age all your rentals. And yeah, we're going to negotiate rates with guilds and yeah, do like a fully passive income type of platform for you. That's not the goal of the Orion Network platform. Orion Scholarship is basically creating these smart contracts that allows the NFT owners and guilds to securely interact, right? They're going to be able to, delegate assets, manage the rentals, do everything in a decentralized way. So we are just providing the platform. And with that, we hope that builders also come in to help to automate their own operations and do their thing, right? Because again, we are doing everything with smart contracts. Everything is open source. So hopefully we will also have more collaborators coming in and providing more tooling for the guilds that are going to be onboarded in this platform.
Hey, Hernani, we have general questions. Me and you have talked about this. I figure you should give a little TLDR for everyone. In terms of voting power, we've talked about Aragon, the snapshot voting, and also XP. Can you go into detail about how those things will be affected by Orion Scholarship?
Yeah, that was actually a feedback from our early users. So we have a few guilds that they were using the platform for the past few weeks on the test environment. And the first feedback that we received, it's funny because this is so related to Aavegotchi culture, was, hey, this is really cool, but I need to withdraw my gotchis to vote on the government proposals, participate on the DAO, get that sweet XP, and so on. And if my Aavegotchis are in the vault, I can't really do that, can I? So we took that feedback very seriously, and we actually already integrated on a smart contract level. We're just working on the UI now, you are going to be able to essentially on the Aavegotchi safe, there will be a new tab called voting. And we are wrapping up an integration with Snapshot. So the integration is directly with snapshot.org, which will enable the safe owner, the Aavegotchi safe owner, to vote on Aavegotchi DAO proposals with the voting power of their vault, of their safe, right? So in a nutshell, we will never use the voting power of the users, right? Again, the Aavegotchi NFT safe, it's something that belongs to the user, and so does the voting powers, right? So you're going to be able to participate on all of these scholarship programs, delegate assets, and retain your voting powers. So your opinion in the Aavegotchi DAO will still matter. Your Aavegotchis will still earn that sweet XP that comes as a reward for votings, everything like that. We already developed that integration on a smart contract level. We are just wrapping up the UI. And we didn't want to delay. I really wanted to show you guys the UI because it's pretty cool how that looks like right now. But I didn't want to delay the release of the platform any further because we have been working for a long time, and we want to receive more feedback, right? So we want people to start jumping in and say, hey, we can improve this, we can improve that. I think that interaction with users, it's still missing because we haven't launched up until that point. But yeah, to everyone that is interested on participating on the development of the platform, feel free to jump on the Discord. I personally, I'm there 24/7. You can probably see that by the chat. I take feedback very seriously, and look forward to evolving this platform to an onboarding tool for Web3, right? Because this is the first version of the platform, and our vision is essentially people coming in and being able to very easily borrow an Aavegotchi and jump to the Gotchiverse, right? We want to facilitate the onboarding to Web3 games, and lending, I think, can be an instrumental tool for that matter.
That's awesome. Thanks so much for that. Just to recap, if I have some ghosts and I have some gotchis in the vault, when I go to Snapshot, I'm gonna need to go to Snapshot through Orium or just go to normal Snapshot? And then you're saying that it'll the ghost and the gotchis will both be calculated in my voting power?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, let me pull up. I have a design sketch made by user default that's really gonna illustrate that.
And when we drop the XP, we're going to be dropping it so that it will register that the vault has voted, basically. So we'll be dropping the XP to the vault and the gotchis within it, not to the original EOA.
Yeah, so you're gonna essentially the vault is the safe, right? It's my contract, and
Safe, yeah.
the user will be he will send a transaction that is gonna send the signature on behalf of the safe, right? So when the XP is rewarded to the owner of the Aavegotchi, and the owner of the Aavegotchi in the blockchain is my contract, is the safe is my contract, right?
Right.
So you have to go to the Orion Network website to submit your vote because you need to submit that transaction through the safe contract. But the XP will already drop to the safe contract, which is the ultimately holder of the NFTs and maybe some ghosts that you earn by renting your Aavegotchis.
So basically, when you vote via Orium and the safe, you're telling your vault or your safe is voting, and somehow you're combining the ghost voting power of the user with the voting power of the safe, or those.
No, those are separate. So if you go to the snapshot, so if you go to snapshot.org, what you're actually going to see is the address of the safe, right? Your safe says my contract has a specific address. So your voting power, it's going to be the voting power of the safe. And if you have assets on your own wallet, you have to essentially vote twice, right? You have to vote
Okay, cool.
with the voting power of your EOA or your own wallet address. And then if you also have in the safe, you can vote through the safe. And this is what the UI that we're working on is going to look like. Again, it's an integration directly with Snapshot. If you click on the link, you're going to go to the full proposal on Snapshot, so you can read through it. And if you click on vote, you're going to see all the different proposals and how you can submit the transaction. It's pretty simple. You just have to submit one MetaMask transaction, and then there is one relayer call to the Snapshot platform.
Yeah, that's really smooth.
Yeah, but
Very cool.
to answer your point, Kodedan, if you have assets in your wallet and in the safe, then you have to vote twice to leverage the voting power of these two different addresses.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we have a lot more things planned. Personally, one of the things that I'm super excited about is the platform right now is charging a 5% fee, but that's not actually a fee. What we want to do is we want to start having a leaderboard for guilds and NFT owners, and we want that revenue that is coming from the platform to be airdropped to the top guilds and top NFT owners of the platform. So what we want to do is incentivize competition, right? Which are the guilds that can essentially get the most amount of NFTs or farm the most amount of Alchemica? And then we're going to do leaderboard rewards. These are probably going to be run by seasons, much like the Aavegotchi does, right? With its own reward seasons. We envision having a lot of competition on the platform, having a lot of rewards going on. But again, this is part of the vision for the platform that we're building.
Yeah, also, I'd like to add, we also have partnered with some guilds. We're going to be announcing that soon. But as part of that, during the Alchemica building competition, I believe we built 6 level 9s. We have a estate of 6 spacious parcels. And on that estate, we built 6 level 9 altars, which we're going to be pairing with the guilds as part of the competition. So if they have the gotchis to actually channel and work off of those lands, they're going to have access to those level 9s. So if you're a guild out there and you're interested in potentially being part of those competitions, hit me up. I've already reached out to most of the major guilds. Actually, I've reached out to almost every guild in Aavegotchi, but a lot of guilds have kind of slowed down their operations. But if you're active and you're interested, send me a message. I am the partnership lead, so we can talk.
Yeah, 100%. What we wanted to see in the Gotchiverse is a lot of action. So we took this state of 6 spacious parcels. We built 6 level 9s, like NofutureSix said. And what we are excited to see is a lot of activity, right? Because if you make the math, you need 24 Aavegotchis per parcel to farm these guys effectively every day. So 24 Aavegotchis times 6 parcels. That little state is going to have at least 100 Aavegotchis visiting it every day. So we are pretty excited about the activity that we are also building on the Gotchiverse.
Yeah, I'd also add, I'm kind of excited because I want to make it degen. Like right now, the plan would be like if you're a guild and you get a parcel, that's your parcel, you have the access rights. But I want to make it so that we have like these little tournaments, like maybe a 3-day tournament where the access rights are open to everybody. So the leaderboard will be based on, I guess, whoever channels the most, whichever guild. So it becomes a timing game of between these 5-6 guilds, who can get to the parcels first and channel before the other guilds. So I'm interested to see how that works. We're still planning these things out, but we'll give more information soon. TM.
Yeah, again, friends, we are very excited to be participating on building on the guilds and the scholarship ecosystem. If you have feedback, if you want to start using it, feel free to drop on our Discord and ask around. We'll definitely help you get settled. And also might be worth to mention. I'm based in New York City, and next month we have the NFT NYC, Orion will most likely host an event, a side event on NFT NYC. So again, if you also come into NFT NYC, definitely reach out. We would love to have you, meet you in real life, and yeah, talk more about blockchain games, Aavegotchi, and the whole Polygon ecosystem.
Very cool. That's some serious alpha. You guys are going to be definitely a big competitor. I think it's great to see new options emerging, and I'm really happy that you took the time to actually include the on-chain or the voting part, so we don't have to continuously extend our script for airdropping XP to gotchis. You guys are doing it the right way.
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny how that was a deal breaker for the early users, and it says a lot about the type of user that we have on the Aavegotchi ecosystem, right? If it's not decentralized, maybe I don't want to use it.
Yeah, putting all your eggs in one basket is never the best idea.
Well, one of the beautiful things about this, and me and Hernani have joked about it, is because you self-custody the smart contract, you don't have to worry about a wrench attack on a centralized person that's running everything. Like, you would literally have to get wrenched attacked yourself. So, I mean, that is a risk, but that's always a risk, I guess, in you know, this space. So by being able to like kind of hold on to that custody, it's very helpful.
Yeah, one of the guilds that we are talking with, they use Gnosis Safe to host, to essentially custody their assets. And we are also exploring with them how we can structure the platform that guilds and communities that are using Gnosis Safe can also, you know, effectively use the platform. So, for example, right now, of course, you can send all the transactions with Gnosis Safe, but it's painful because you have to go through you know, all the approvals every time that you want to create a rent, redeem a rent, and things like that. So what we're exploring with these types of users is maybe we can create another role within a scholarship program, say a community manager. And community managers, they can't withdraw earnings, they can't you know, do any management type of operations in the scholarship program, but they can, you know, create rentals on behalf of the scholarship program. And these community managers, they can be EOAs instead of smart contracts and Gnosis Safe. So yeah, lots of different use cases that we're exploring with early users. So pretty excited about everything that's going to come up. We are going to come up with.
So you had, just so I can catch up, so you had mentioned if you only had parcels in the safe and you opened it up, that means that other gotchis and other safes could channel your parcels if you whitelisted them. Is navigation involved in that, or do they spawn on the parcel somehow?
So there are two ways. If you are a sole parcel owner, right? You only have the parcel and you don't have the Aavegotchis. You have basically two ways of allowing another Aavegotchi to farm or channel in your land, right? The first way is for whitelist, right? So you basically say this is the whitelist that we are gonna operate, and the guild is gonna create the Aavegotchis on the same whitelist. And because the third party through the platform is always a splitter contract that we have, we are able to split the earnings between the landowner and the Aavegotchi owner, right? So we are able to, through the platform, separate the earnings for these two different NFT owners. That's the first way, right? You can definitely go through that method. The other method is you would have to have Aavegotchi with the land. You basically deposit both Aavegotchi and the land. And when the rental is created, the guild selects the options that only rented Aavegotchis from that specific address can farm on this land. So then only the Aavegotchis that you rented out with the land are going to be able to farm and channel on this piece of land. So yeah, we are, on that case, we are limited to the permissions that the Aavegotchi protocol provides to us. So you have these two methods to play it with, essentially. But if you are a sole land owner and you want to delegate your land to a guild because you know that that guild has the Aavegotchis to match with your land, you can definitely do that through the Orion Network platform. And you can also negotiate the share profit, right? So you can actually reach out to those guilds and say, hey, I have this land, it's a level 9, a level 8, whatever. I'm willing to, to let you guys farm or channel on it for a 15% commission, and we can just settle that transaction on the Orion Network platform.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the cool things, the ability to set the land split, because previously before this, there was only one other option, and it was a flat 10%. Now you can dictate the terms of your own land splits if you're renting it out to other people, which I think is huge.
Yeah, and again, I want to highlight that the goal of the platform is not to be a passive income type of thing. If you jump to the platform and you delegate to the first guild that you see, chances are they are going to take a while to notice that, hey, whoops, there's a new asset here that I can now create rentals for. So we're going to improve that experience to guilds. We're going to develop ways that they are going to be notified whenever new assets are delegated to them. But for right now, we highly recommend you to get in touch with those guilds and figuring out the rate that you want to operate and just settle that on the platform, right?
Hernani, we have a question from Transistor. It says, does somebody have audited the safe smart contract?
So no, but two big things there. The first one is everybody knows who I am, right? My name is Hernani. I used to work in Consensus Diligence, which is one of the largest auditing companies out there. So I work with a couple of other developers in the safe contract, me, myself, and a couple more people. And we have been running a pretty substantial bug bounty program since I think late November. Let me drop the link in the chat just so if any white hackers are in the chat then now, they can definitely check this out. This is a always ongoing bug bounty program. So we are always going to have it live on the Immunify platform, which is our bug bounty partner. So the way that the bug bounty works with Immunify is they are going to be evaluating all the bug submissions, bug reports, and if they assess that, hey, this is really a vulnerability, the white hacker has reported it, Orion has to pay the bounty. So they act as an intermediary party to all the bug reports that we have. So yeah, when it comes to security, again, I come from a strong background security. We have multiple Solidity developers to look at this code. We have a bug bounty live for 4 months now, and we didn't have any issues so far. And again, it's from a security of the safe perspective, you only have one method to withdraw NFTs out of it, right? There is one withdrawal method. And yeah, that's the only one that we are really concerned about because it's the only one that people can try to exploit to try to steal funds. So we are pretty we managed to make a simple contract that is difficult or in my opinion at this point impossible to exploit. So yeah, I think we are pretty good when it comes to security. I just put in the chat the link to the Immunified Bug Bounty Program. So any white hackers out there, feel free to review our smart contract and submit bug reports if you think you'll find anything meaningful.
Cool. Let's shift topics a little bit here to some of the new changes in the Gotchiverse. We did today's actually an off week for the shipping, but we did get a couple things out this week. Notably here, is the new leaderboard. Has anyone on the call checked out the leaderboard yet? And the changes that have been pushed to that? This is one of my favorite changes we've made. We now have a leaderboard for super chats. And holy damn, look at who's on top with that value. Goobs bringing in the absolute heat with 6 times as much Alchemica dropped in super chats compared to anyone. I think Goobs, if you added everyone up here on the leaderboard, I think he would have more value than everyone combined. Absolute Chad. I'll drop the screenshot here, but if you guys want to see it, just go to verse.aavegotchi.com/leaderboard. This is super cool. I'm not even on the front page. I'm like number 13. I got rookie numbers. I gotta get those up.
He's a true philanthropist.
This man loves his super chats. He said I think he said he loved dropping it in the arena and seeing them fight over it. Fight over the scraps in the arena.
Poor dude. He let everyone know, please don't hurt me. I'm super chatting, and you'll still have 1 or 2 people try to take him out.
You guys need to protect that man. So yeah, this is our new leaderboard. It's super cool, and yeah, you can sort by value, and then yeah, it's going to be cool to see that grow over time, and see who I've seen. The Lord Hills coming in at number 2 there, and then Max DPS. So very cool to see Lord Hills at the top there as well with 10K value. The man loves his FUD. And so that's one of the updates. We're gonna get the official announcement here out in a moment. But if you guys look at, I'll just drop the change list here. There are quite a few things coming this week. 1 sec here. Trying to drop the image. There it is. New updates in 0.6.4. First of all, some friendly Raffles have something to tell you. Be on the lookout during the Hangouts. We'll come back to that in a sec. Number 2, Gotchi wearable boosts for movement speed are now live. Has anyone felt like their Gotchi is a little bit faster? A little bit more pep in your step today?
Yeah, I see Tommy Gotchi was talking about having some increased alchemic speed with a specific wearable. So
Oh, interesting.
He was noticing that.
Yeah, there's definitely I forget exactly which ones, but I know there are some wearables out there that are going to increase your movement speed. So yeah, I think there's
Nice.
Oh, Hot Curly says mine is so fast that on the roads it was not picking up Alchemica. Speeding Gonzalez. I need to try that. Yeah, I think there's normal speed, there's Alchemica speed, and then there's road speed. I think there's 3 types of movement. I'd have to check the docs though. But yeah, so the next round of the arena is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to have speed involved in there as well.
Oh, yeah. When Gotchi races, because now there's a disparity, right? We're not all the same anymore. So when Gotchi races.
Cool. So that's I see lots of tips coming in here. Everyone's making it rain, and if you guys are in the verse, we're in Mage Town, just making it rain. Friendly little Mage Town gathering. Wasn't sure where we should be hanging, so just kicked off the party in Mage Town.
Dang. Okay. Got to get to Mage Town.
Always a good time.
I've been on the road IRL. We're making our way back, and yesterday we drove through San Francisco, and I had to get some IRL Aavegotchi presents at the Golden Gate Bridge. So check this out. I actually got a little Aavegotchi sticker there with the Golden Gate
Oh,
in the
sweet.
background. So we got some Aavegotchi representation there, and I'm going to be on the
Nice.
lookout while we're on the road and find really cool spots today, maybe to throw up a couple cool Aavegotchi stickers.
Very cool. Very cool. Just looking back here at the list. Let's see. Arena leaderboard now supports alternative rankings via clicking on the column headers. There was an issue before, I think, with the leaderboard where you would click on the ID or the one you wanted to sort, but it was only sorting by the first 10. So now I believe it's doing the full leaderboard sort. So if you want to sort by kill death or kill streak or KD time alive, you can just click on the sort and it's going to give you the highest one. It doesn't matter what page you're on. That's pretty nice. So even if you can sort it and then go and then start clicking the pages, and that'll load in the data. So that's a nice little quality of life. And of course, we are now showing the super chat highest value in real time, I think. So yeah, it does look like it's going up. Like in real time, it's going up. That's pretty cool to see. You can watch yourself going up on the leaderboard. And then this is, let's see if I jump into the Gotchiverse here. One of my favorite changes this week is now before when you looked at your traits in the bottom left, you didn't really know how those traits were calculated. They were just kind of there as numbers. And in this version, if you hover over those traits, it's now going to show you exactly how they are calculated, which is really nice. So it shows you the armor, attack rate, evade rate, melee damage, range damage, max HP, max AP, health regen, AP regen, and carry capacity. I don't think it shows movement speed yet. We'll get that in. But yeah, that's going to be really nice so you know exactly how those traits are being calculated.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's very cool. Some really cool new additions. Now we need to hear more about this raffle.
All right, let's. I know the raffle has something to say. Let's give him a moment here.
Does this bring us one step closer to spawning NPCs?
We should only talk about the raffle in talk bubble form in the Gotchiverse. So if you want to hear about it, come to Magetown. No, we can talk about it here, but I think the raffle can only talk to us in the Gotchiverse.
Do we know the rarity of this raffle? Is it a common? What are we talking?
All right, we are activated. It should be working now.
No.
We have a hint, friends.
We have to find this thing.
So listen carefully. Reasonable owners between districts 11 and 12 are complaining of a large identified structure growing out of the ground.
Repeat that for
Yeah.
those in the back.
Reasonable owners, hint reasonable, between districts 11 and 12 are complaining of a large identified structure growing out of the ground. So
yeah,
we're going on a hunt here.
Yeah. Are we going to hoof it on foot?
Oh, man.
Respawn?
Man, we need to get one of those district, GMI Estate and District 12. Let's get something going there.
You guys got
Do
a
we have
parcel?
Yeah, we got our estate. I just don't know if we have a bounce gate up, but we can get one up. Yeah.
How far is it from Magetown? I'm lost. I get so lost so easily to trying to hoof it there.
Can someone drop
Kinda
some
want to, though.
coordinates? It's actually, I don't think it's actually that. Oh, okay. My column's creating a bounce gate right now.
Nice. All right, we'll get this. We'll find this. Once we find this, I'm gonna make it rain hard. So you guys.
Oh
Same.
man.
Same here. I got my keck ready.
I'm like furiously typing my hardware wallet. I'm like trying to sign in because I didn't do the hot wallet thing this morning, so everything's like 20 clicks to get in to log into the Gotchiverse. It's a
Yeah.
process.
All right, waiting for bounce gate.
All right, we're good. Okay,
All right.
GMI Estate bounce gate is up, so y'all can check it out. I'm about to go click into that right now as well.
Right. Nice, found it. GMI Estate. Here we go. Boom. Ooh, there's a little bit of Alchemica too. You guys know how to throw a party. So I don't know where this is either. It's somewhere. We're going by the hint. I don't have the exact coordinates either. We're gonna have to find this together, friends.
Yep, we're on the search. I'm about to log in here right now.
So right now we're in district. You guys are in District 12.
Yeah.
Wait for me,
Alright,
guys. I'm
Guess you dropped the
respawning.
map. Very nice. So we need to go to the east, right?
11 and
Looks like.
12. You said between 11 and 12, right?
Yep. Reasonable is between 11 and 12. Oh man. I'm gonna run out. Oh, I'm out of AP. Shit.
I'm trying to find a road. Okay, I found a road and a piece of FUD. Pick that up.
All right, let's see.
I spawned on the GMI thing, but I didn't see anybody there. You guys must be way ahead of me.
I'm trying to log in right now. Yeah, I'm having trouble logging in for some reason. I'm doing a reboot. I'm trying to get back in there.
Oh man.
But the bounce gate's up.
Yeah, the bounce gate is up. GMI Estate.
Wow, there's actually a decent amount of Alchemica on the road here.
Even Gotchis, I feel like it's a big hangout today.
Wish I could zoom out more. Ooh, I see a maker box going.
Hey, I found somebody. They're going the other way.
I'm looking, friends. Anyone found it yet?
All right, I'm in District 1D, so
You need to go to the GMI Estate, the bounce gate parcel.
I think I'm closing in though.
And where to from the GMI parcel?
The hint was reasonable owners between districts 11 and 12 are noticing some disruptions.
Oh shit! I hit the castle wall here, partitioning off District 1. So I'm like, it's probably just on the other side of this wall, but I can't get out. I gotta go back. Holy
Okay,
cow.
I'm in. We got some gotchis on scene here.
Nice.
Okay, so
Green.
reasonable is between 11 and 12. Here we go. Do we have any clues? Are there any clues you could drop for us?
That's
That
the
is
clue, bro.
That is the clue. Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Okay, I was just digging.
We could try to learn with some food, and if anyone has some
Someone
food,
needs to like open Gotchiverse, the map, that parcel map. Open Adventure AI or something. Adventure IO. Where is this damn raw?
We have to lure this thing. I mean, I wish I had some raffle treats or something right now. Get this thing.
I'm
up.
respawning because I got too lost. I went the wrong way. So the Gotchiverse Media International Estate, right?
Yeah.
That seems District 12. That seems
Yeah, I
promising.
think I'm lost too. I need to probably just respawn.
Yeah, I'm in District 11 now, going north.
I'm following Soju at the moment.
Yeah, it's that wall.
That wall. So I'm gonna avoid District 1 altogether and try spawning at fireball.gg because they're in District 10. I should be able to spawn there and go due south. I'm gonna try that. I might get wrecked.
Oh my god, Oleg found it. Holy shit.
What?
Congrats, man.
Oh,
The coordinates are in.
Dude, what
Yeah,
the
drop
heck
that-
is
we
happening?
gotta read it. What's it say?
Drop those
Fighting
coordinates. Drop
All
the
right.
chords.
Let's go over there and then we'll have a reading. Once I'm not gonna read it until I get there. So someone
Yeah.
better drop some coordinates.
The curve left us with a gift.
Dang. Well, it is pretty big. Bigger than I expected. Easy to find.
That's fine. All right,
Okay,
here we go. Oh, Mike, did you find it too?
Hey, could someone meet up? Maybe someone could be a line leader and we just follow you.
In theory,
Yeah,
but
seriously.
nobody's where we're going.
Yeah, everybody wants to be a follower. Nobody wants to be a leader.
All right. I got this. I'm on the way. I was so close. No, not really. I wasn't that close. Not that far away though.
It's south on the border. It's coming north. Yeah, is it close to any of the main roads? Or do you really have to go off-road with this?
You gotta go off road a little bit. All right, I think I'm close. Going north. Come on.
South on the border.
Oh, wrong way. Gotta go south.
It's way
336.
down, almost in the edge of the map.
Yeah.
Really? So pretty extremely far south.
Oh, I'm out of AP. No.
Yeah.
I need some AP potions. Devs, can we do something? Oh, here we go. Welcome. Ready? Oh, look at this raffle. Anyone want to do the honors?
Nice, found it. I can read this. Is it cool if I read it?
Go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Let's see what it says.
Sure. Mark well the words of the ancient tree. I see what was, and too what might be. I helped adepts many moons ago. If you're wise, you shall heed what I know. I spoke once of great battles. Oh, it went away. It was like 3 words short.
See, maybe if you run out and come back in, it'll. Let's see. Should reload.
There's a party
right?
forming.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, there we go. I'll read it again.
So epic.
Mark well the words of the ancient tree. I see what was, and too what might be. I helped the adepts many moons ago. If you're wise, you shall heed what I know. I spoke once of great battles you'd face. Oh, is this a hint at a great battle? Oh shit, it's raining. Forget the message. Go for the alpha.
So for friends who are still looking for this, are you guys just directly south of the GMI estate? Is that where you went?
You have to go east and then south. Oh,
East
there
and
goes
then
the
south.
funnel.
Gotcha.
I will say
I
the
have found-
Gotchiverse is running super smooth this morning, considering all the people that are here and the amount of alchemica on the map.
Oh, I know I'm getting close because I see all this Alchemica dropping. Nice, found the party. Oh, this looks great. Nice to see everybody here. This big sacred root. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's talking to me now. This is pretty fun. I'm going to read it one more time so we take in this special message here. Try to understand what's happening. Mark well the words of the ancient tree. So we're talking about the tree of Fud, right? What a day for this to go live, huh?
No.
And oops, I zoomed in too much. Hold on.
Yeah, if you run out and run back in, it'll talk to you again.
Will it? I hope so, because the raffle disappeared. You sure it'll talk to
This
me?
wall here is super inconvenient.
This wall is a son of a. It got me too. I don't know. The raffle's
It says a different message every time too. First time it said, "I'm so cozy." The second time it said, "Like my hat." Mark well the words of the ancient tree. I see what was and too what might be. I helped adepts many moons ago. If you're wise, you shall heed what I know. I spoke once of great battles you'd face. Sounds to me like there's so we got 5 lines here. Analyze this a little bit. We got tree, be, ago, no, and then it ends on face. Seems like there's a missing couplet here.
Yeah, the last stanza doesn't really.
Yeah. It ends on kind of a.
What is that, a haiku? What format is that? So the other thing here is this is a root, right? This is a giant root with a raffle on top of it. Have to assume this root is coming from afar.
Definitely some mysteries going on here. I don't know if we're gonna figure it out today.
This has become a pilgrimage for me at the moment.
Let everyone let more friends get here.
We need to super chat an entire trail to this place.
Yeah, seriously. Man, we need Alchemica drips. They're
Yep.
coming, friends.
That's the next one. Leave a trail. Of course, people will pick it up, but
Yeah.
maybe it's like something else you could drop that lingers for a while.
My Callium says GMI estate slight east and then south. And it's raining hard here. You guys need to get here.
I'm gonna wait till White Ranger gets here, then I'll make it rain. Poor dude got stuck with those walls.
Pray for me.
Oh man.
I love how
Water.
it zooms in when you walk up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a great feature until the Alchemica drops and you can't move.
Right. They need to
Just
find
click
you to
on
be
build
there.
mode and you can get out of it.
Oh really? Ooh, nice tip.
Oh, nice trick. Exit build mode, aka exit talking to the raffle.
That's true. Yeah, you can. Nice. He said, I love meditating here. He's kind of chilling.
A chill little
He's just
raffle.
chilling. Where's this root coming from?
He's cozy. Says he's cozy. Yeah.
Ooh, he disappeared. So it looks like he disappears after when the message comes.
It's the leaf that we're reading, right? Are we literally reading tea leaves?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that leaf is like turning into this message. This is the first time I've seen this guy, by the way. I've actually like playing this in the game.
So this sounds
Okay.
like the beginning of a quest, but we do not know. What's next?
Yeah, maybe it'll become an ongoing saga.
Guess
Yeah,
we'll
someone
wait
has
till
to
next week.
decipher it because I think something's within it.
Yeah.
I mean,
You here?
You made it?
yeah, I'm a bit dehydrated, but
And there's a good swarm here. Good crowd.
Oh man, guys, we just got an article by Cointelegraph.
Say
Just
word.
saw it in our. They actually did it. The Mad Lads. A multi-year token sale involving the exchange of Dai for Ghost ends on the exact same day of the stablecoin's depegging.
That's pretty hilarious, actually.
You called it. You said this story is. They gotta tell it. It's too much. This.
Gotcha again. Give these guys some love. Who wrote this? Let's see which editor wrote this.
Julian.
Let's give that guy a gotchi or something.
He's on it. Aavegotchi bonding curve closes on exact day of Dai depeg. I think your tweets what did it because he included that in here.
Yeah. He must have.
Really inspiring.
Someone added. I think was it Nigel or someone added them. Let's see. Let me look at that tweet.
It didn't even take 12 hours.
He probably read it. It was like, holy shit, that is crazy. I need to cover this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see who wrote this. So I remember seeing someone adding a bunch of journalists.
It seems like he mostly focuses on Maker and Dai. I'm skimming through it here. I don't see much about us
Nigel
except
made a yeah, true. Nigel made this tweet that might have tipped him off.
Oh, sorry, I scrolled too far. Yeah, it's a short piece, but it definitely covers Ghost in the Curve. That's cool. They all get it wrong on that 20-40-40 split, though. I don't know why that. I've seen that a couple times now, people repeating that. It's like, no, guys, it's 25, 25, 25, 25.
Yeah, I guess they're going by the original proposal, maybe.
It's referenced there, and that must be what they first see. Yeah, just assume it passed. No, our dial's more nuanced than that. We have iterations. We go back and forth. Oh, nice drops are link. Yes, I think that radar map right there is actually what I was hoping somebody dropped before. Ah, hardcore's there. Nice. Everybody's got to talk to the sacred root. We did hint at this in the Vision 2023 blog. If anybody hasn't read that yet, you probably recognize this. It was already featured there, but we just didn't explain what it was. We still don't really know what it is. We just know it exists.
Are you talking about this specific this interaction here with the brute and the raffle?
Well, just there was a screenshot of the root and the raffle with no explanation of what it was, but the character, I guess we could call it the character, was showcased. Here, I'll drop the link.
Now I wonder what other alpha is tucked away in this roadmap here. I'm gonna have to take a second look at this, closer look at it. Yeah, I
Zelda
agree.
feeling
Aavegotchi, Zelda feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have the tree, man. No, all good RPGs have a wise tree.
All the
I think
mythical stories.
ours is a little temperamental, honestly. He's got some personality. It's got some personality. Look at this raffle though. GM.
So I mean, we know the Forest of FUD exists, and this obviously looks like it's an extension of the Tree of FUD. This looks like it's a root of the Tree of FUD that's penetrated the Gachiverse. and there's a raffle associated with this tree. So the two maybe are working together somehow. But why? That's my question. Why are they doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the right way to think about this. Great questions, I think. They do seem to get along pretty well. Say he's cozy.
Why is he cozy? I got questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what people are saying in the chat. What do you guys think here about this this relationship here between these two? Yeah. Awkward when root installation. Just, yeah.
Yeah, whose land did this pop up on? Oh, okay, it's not on anybody's parcel. That'd be funny if the root just like grew on your parcel. You're like, how'd you get here? Knocks over your harvester.
Puts it straight to the bazaar.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read this one more time here. Have fun deciphering. Okay, well, it's just telling me to. Okay, all right.
It's a cheeky little bugger, isn't he?
Ooh.
Mark well the words of the ancient tree. Has the ancient tree said something we already know? I think there was some sort of excerpt. Well, he said, the ancient tree said, "I told you so." That's what the ancient tree said.
He did.
He said, "I told you so." What did he say? That was in the Aavegotchi trailer.
Ancient tree knows something's up.
Maybe the Gotchi should just chop it up, process it down, and make a really cool bench or something out of it. I'm just kidding. We're gonna make some really nice furniture with this root.
Crafting table too. Take it to the crafting table.
Tear it down, take it to the table. Let's forge it.
No, I think it's the beginning of something. I think it's kind of getting those, hopefully getting that kind of storytelling RPG vibe a little bit from this. Yeah, like the Deku Tree and Zelda and all of that. So there'll be more to come, right? That's my guess. One root by itself is weird.
It does feel like the closing of one chapter and the opening of another.
Yeah, couldn't have picked a better day, honestly.
Yeah, it's weird how our world, our Gotchiverse, kind of is.
It's almost as if there's like a greater power controlling things.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's
Great
starting to get
Adams.
like too many coincidences at this point. I'm just like, what's going on?
We're in a simulation is what's going on.
Hey, if you guys haven't seen the movie The 13th Floor, highly recommended.
That's kind of a classic, right? That came out. I never saw it. But
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's worth it. It predates The Matrix and all that stuff, but it definitely, I mean, you after watching it, you're like, oh, this was the first one.
Oh, wow. The Dark Forest is north. Why is it way down here? Yeah, that's an interesting question, too.
It's pretty far from home, huh?
Roots run deep. And man, these super chats keep going. This is nuts.
Freaking love super chats, man.
He helped Adepts many moons ago. This Raffle helped Adepts many moons ago, working with the Tree of Fud, who then told the Adepts, "I told you so." And this was before a great battle. That's what it sounds like. And so maybe this is hinting at a coming great battle. We maybe need to start preparing. for what's to come.
The mystery deepens.
It deepens.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not telling us everything. I have to wait for the next hangout, perhaps.
Ooh. See how this unfolds. But we'll be watching closely.
Gotta set my alarm for next Saturday now.
You're not going to miss next Saturday now, I bet. All 101 of you.
Gotcha gang. I mean, coming in strong on the hangout. 100 in the chat. So cool. We don't care about the macro. We're just doing our thing. We're moisturized in our own lane.
Absolutely.
So does this NPC trigger an event inside the Gotchiverse that everyone sees at the same time once someone gets close to it? Is that how that works?
I think it's individual. Like I can't see what you guys are seeing. When you get close to it, it talks to you.
Oh, so we're each not seeing the little text pop up?
Yeah. It says something to you, and then the leaf turns into this message, and then the raffle disappears, vanishes.
But not everyone sees that same event at the same time. It's different for everyone.
Yeah.
Theoretically, we could all see the same thing, though, right? If it was programmed different.
Yeah, you could. But I think it's programmed to everyone will see it on their own time.
That's cool. I was just wondering about like in the future if like a boss, we're all waiting for the boss to spawn and we all see the like graphic at the same time. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Or you could even have like mini movies or like several in-game events that happen all at once.
Yep.
There's some great lore building going on in the Gotchiverse. I think Bowtied Nerd spun up his own Discord server.
Nice.
And we've also been having our own little talks within GMI around what could be the lore of GMI in the Gotchiverse. And then I've also noticed Portal Mages have been running a lore contest. So we're getting all this like not filler, but like peripheral offshoots of the main core story of the Aavegotchi. And so I'm looking forward to more of this stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing more of what you guys are putting out there from Pixelcraft, but also at the same time looking forward to seeing how the community builds off of this. Maybe this becomes part of the community lore being created right now. Yes, Sanad. It was great meeting you at ETH Denver. Sanad.eth is part of the ThriveCoin crew. And we spent quite a bit of time with ThriveCoin there and just talking about the product that they're building over there to empower contributors and create a fair reward systems in Web3 communities. So we'll definitely be discussing what ThriveCoin is doing tomorrow. Give me some slides. And I think we might find it really useful. I know GMI specifically, we're going to be talking to ThriveCoin and getting something implemented in our community as a way to reward people and also maybe have some token gating. So yeah, that's going to be, I think that'll be a good conversation. Welcome. Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us today. Someone near the sacred root needs to set up a bounce gate. Absolutely. Take
Yeah,
advantage of this realistic
if you
opportunity.
open, yeah, seriously, if you talk to it and then you enter build mode and then exit build mode real quick, I think it kicks you out. That's happened to me twice now. So listen to the Raffle. He doesn't like being interrupted.
Yeah, thank you, No Future, for dropping that. Yeah, the Raffle speaks, and you got to listen. I feel like the Raffle was like one of the best characters, aside from the main Aavegotchi, probably one of like the best characters in our game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's just like so versatile. He shows up everywhere.
I actually have another fake in the works that is essentially centered around the Raffle.
Oh, that's some alpha right there.
Yeah, you guys will love this one. It'll be a must-have.
Do we know about supply? Are there going to be a few of these out there, or can we get a sneak peek? People are looking for alpha over here.
We gotta maybe Kravich. Kravich might drop some. I'll let him. He's the one working on that piece. I've kind of paused all sales of art. I'm kind of just doing it for the love of it at this point. I'm not able to get my money back at the moment, so I just kind of stopped selling them. If anyone wants to reach out with some strategies or just wants to buy out what I have so I can pay artists, that's an option. I might just wait till things start pumping again and people just start aping everything.
Yeah, I agree with my Callum. You got a lot of nostalgia out there, so I think it should take some time for people to soak that up, and then have some more really great works come out.
Yeah, this next piece isn't in that same vein, so it's something different.
Nice.
Yeah, White Ranger, I want to say one of my favorite stickers that I picked up while in ETH Denver was the Gotchi Buster sticker. I'll post a picture in a second, but on the back of my laptop now, I have all these ETH Denver stickers, but the Gotchi Busters like stands out. So it's like one of my.
Is it at the bottom in the center? Because I think I tweeted about it.
Yeah, mine is at the bottom of the center. Did I tweet out a picture of it already? I don't even know.
No, I did. I saw it in one of the group photos, and it kind of like felt like I was there a little bit.
Yeah, I
Oh, man,
was so excited to get it. Yeah, I'll post a picture in here now, but it was dope. It is dope.
Yeah, I'm glad that made it out there to you guys. I'm very appreciative. Very appreciative of that.
I'll make sure I get it. I think I have a couple more Gotchi Busters left. I'll make sure I get one up in a special location and send that picture your way at some point during my journey. Shout out to Lost Local for hooking me up with some stickers I missed out on over the last couple of years. So I was able to get my my fake Miami sticker. I was able to get a few of those. There's a few really rare Gotchiverse map stickers. It's a map of the Gotchiverse. And I got one of the. I think I one or two of those, and then some fake Gotchi burn card stickers, which I don't know if anybody has. So maybe, but I'm thankful, and probably gonna hang on to those.
Yeah, I'd also say if you guys are around and you see like shout out to Leonardo Degacci. He had done a sticker thing. I have to find the stickers because they're somewhere in my bags. Like I have like 3 or 4 bags full of stuff still that I haven't unpacked. But it was like a activation where you would get other stuff if you have the stickers. So if you were there at ETH Denver and you picked up any of those Gotchi Goodie stickers, definitely check in on Leonardo Degacci's and Gotchi Goodies Twitter because there's like information about it.
Oh man, thanks for plugging that. Yeah, absolutely. Don't fade that. He's onto something there, and really well represented actually across our events on behalf of Leonardo Degacci. He sent McCallum, and McCallum, if you're around, maybe you can speak to this. But he has dropped him a a whole set of like these incredible like little artworks and trinkets and all gotchi themed. And so that was showcased at the Marijuana Mansion, or MJ Mansion, I should say. There's showcased there for everybody to see.
Is it called Marijuana Mansion, or are you being PC?
Well, I'm not PC anymore because it's out there, but you know.
It was definitely the Marijuana Mansion. So Leonardo DiGacci hooked me up with the first ever Gotchi Goodies mystery box. I was one of his earlier supporters with the Gotchi Goodies and bought one of the Gotchi basketballs that he had, and just I've been watching him since he started producing post Artist Summit, and he is a killer. He is definitely 100% the best handcrafter within the Gotchiverse. I know that he's been talking with Pixcraft a little bit about some stuff, but if you guys are not aware of the Gotchi Goodies and paying attention to everything that he's doing behind the scenes there, you're definitely missing out on some of the most just genuine creations that I have seen related to Aavegotchi. So if you've been following the Eat Denver, you probably maybe saw my hat and or some of the framed Gotchi Goodies. And so he's got the brass plate Gotchi Goodies with the gems for eye stones. And they're crafted after my direct Gotchis. So 3 of my friends have been made into fidgetals that are little brass plates with amethyst, garnet, and citrine. Freaking gorgeous. As well as his little marble pieces. He's got some wood burns that he's been working on. Just an amazing portfolio of creative ability within Leonardo DiGacci. And we as a community are all going to benefit severely by raising him up, because when people see these trinkets and merch, they're going to be so jealous. No other project has this quality of commitment to the art of the craft. He's our guy. Yeah, I'll say that was one of the bigger things. One big takeaway from Eat Denver was that we talked about Aavegotchi, we talked about the ecosystem, we talked a lot about Ghost. But talking about fake gotchis and the community led effort of art within Aavegotchi was like a major selling point for a lot of people, because we met like the Little Nouns dude, Blooms. Like I'm trying to talk to him to get a Little Nouns fake gotchi, Aavegotchi smash up. So there's that was such a major thing to people, because it just doesn't exist in any other projects where IP is being shared with the community, and that we have this like community ran curation that just isn't out there. So it's a big kudos to us. And every piece that I saw that was a Leonardo DiGacci piece, especially those metal the pins that Mike Calliam had, he actually went and framed those pieces and put them up in the MJ Mansion as artwork. And I was a little afraid, because I was like, someone's gonna steal this. It's like this little square frame, and it's just I'm from New York and people are grimy. Like I don't think this is going to make it to the end of the event, and it did. And I'm so happy that we were able to display those artworks in real life for people to appreciate, because it's people are putting in real effort to create this stuff on their own. So it's just amazing.
Yeah, well said. It was done on his own volition. Sent these over to McCallum. I think McCallum had the brass artwork commissioned, and so yeah, I agree. Yeah, classy audience, definitely. And accompanying his works were all of our fake Gotchi artist works, man. Like seeing Roxiano's, I don't know, no futuristic. You were doing interviews down there. I wonder like how much of the artwork you're able to get in shots, but I'm sure there is quite a bit of it, because we spent a lot of the time in that main room. And so we had Roxiano's beautiful OG Gotchi piece, one of the inaugural fake Gotchis, actually displayed on this like grand, I think it was a grand piano, or it was a piano with like these amazing lamps on top of it. It just looks so cool.
Yeah, I mean, there was a funny anecdote. While we were there at the MJ Mansion, there was a woman that came over that looked just like the Wish Bish OG
Yes.
Gotchi. It was like it was mind blowing. She had the same hair color, kind of same vibe and look, and she was like, "Is that me?" It's like, I guess it is. Like, who the Tree of Flood foretold this?
Yeah, I agree. It was a great match, and congrats to all the winners who won pieces that were raffled off at the Fiddler Cafe.
Yeah, those Stellar Hobbs pieces were like, I mean, everybody loved all the pieces, but the ETH Denver poster was like a big talking point because like I just remember looking at it and being like, wow, this is like it's so intricate. It's like everything Gotchi slammed into one piece. It's like a masterpiece, and people really love that. We did a couple interviews in front of that piece. I did a interview series that we haven't released yet because there's such a backlog of footage of asking people at the Marijuana Mansion or the MJ Mansion which piece is your favorite, and universally almost everybody picked the the ETH Denver poster because it just encapsulates everything Gotchi.
Yeah, that poster is incredible, and I totally agree. I've been actually talking to Stellar Hubs. We do have that fake Gotchi that's been minted officially, and so we've been talking about distribution methods, and I think we might kick off a giveaway chain for some of these cards. So stick around. I think we'll announce it on Twitter, but we'll have Stellar Hubs pick the first recipient of the card, and then that recipient gets to pick the next one. And so that's similar to a sweater giveaway chain that we did at the Opolis event, which was really cool. And so it'll be cool to see now that happened with fake Gotchis and the Denver fake Gotchi. Yeah, you definitely want to keep an eye on that.
I was going to say, tomorrow we're going to have a more formal conversation. I'm going to bring this up now because we mentioned it on GMI.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We're going to be speaking to the DAO about potentially getting what's the term that we're using for this, Hefe? Like, it's not a reimbursement, I guess, but like a top up essentially, because our staffing essentially doubled and the number of hours essentially doubled. So we want to see if we can get requests from the DAO to give us a little extra funding so that we could properly compensate the full team, because we would not have been able to accomplish what we did without the 13 people that assisted. People like Dr. Wagme, budget extension, that's a better way. Dr. Wagme flying out there on his own dime, Diddly Poo coming out. These people made last minute efforts that led to big, BD movements, and then just the whole effort. So tomorrow we're going to talk about it more in depth. I said I would bring it up today during the GMI call, but just basically the Michael Jackson Mansion phase. But we're going to be seeking a budget extension because the original budget fell far short in terms of compensating the team properly. Not the original 6 per se, but actually the extra 6 or 7 people who put in 10 to 12 hours a day to make this, possible. So we're hopeful we're going to talk about it tomorrow. Hopefully everybody's on board and open to this, and we'll get more into it tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think the sentiment overall was great. The show out was just incredible. Like you said, way larger than what I could have ever imagined. And the impact was sizable to that. So I think we were one of the best represented projects at Denver, at least one of the most enthusiastic and noticeable, because we had these crazy sweaters and of course our Gotchi Gang vibe that we brought to the event. So we just want to make sure everybody feels good for the time they put in. It did really end up being a lot of work, and so want to make sure we get everybody recognized for that. I think overall the community sentiment around Denver was really positive, and people seem to be impressed with the work that we did.
I mean, as an outside observer, I would completely agree with that. You guys really represented well. It looked like a fun group of people. I told my girlfriend, I was like, I've seen like a lot of photos from NFT events, and like the group of you guys, I was like, I'd actually enjoy like hanging out with these people versus just a bunch of bros.
Yeah, and I will say we had at the events that we hosted, including the Builder Cafe, we had like a good ratio of men to women, and we didn't intentionally do that. Just we were able to get women at our events, where we went to other events and it was just not the same. So I was happy to see that, like some good diversity in in this ecosystem, which can tend to be a little broy. Like if you ever see, not to demean the youths, but there were like parties. Jordan posted some pictures from Paris of them like wilding out, and it's just a sea of like 20-year-old guys. And we're happy to say that was not the case for our Gotchi Gang.
It's just about having a balance in life,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this Aavegotchi is just so dang friendly. Everybody wants to be a part of it, so we can't help ourselves.
Well, I think we have a lot of gotchi dads too, right? I know Wagme has a couple kids.
Yeah, I'm a dad too, so we definitely have some gotchi dads.
Yeah, likewise, it was awesome working with Lost Local. Like, shout out to him and getting everything like worked out for these like incredible events that we got to be at. It was really something special to be represented there.
I must say that man needs a raise because his network is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
just like at the start of the events, what we had planned versus what we actually were able to accomplish. It's because of him. We were able to get into multiple events that we had like the Opolis event.
absolutely.
I didn't get tickets in time. He was able to smooth, like talk over the person running it, and you're like, oh, you're gotcha gang, you're in. That's it. That happened more often than I thought it would. So he's definitely on the ground, like so great at what he does.
Mike was misbehaving. Am I coming through now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Perfect. So talking about the ratio again too, guys, it's one really important thing, and shout out to the team that's done this, is we have a very diverse amount of female-based wearables in our NFT project. There are girls that can own Aavegotchis and feel represented. They can feel cute. They can get things that matter to them. And that is a huge contributor to our accessibility overall.
I know my girlfriend is asking for a cloud pet. I need to check the bazaar, actually.
When Hefe's girlfriend Natasha was telling me about her Gotchi Dior and was so happy about her little tiara and her ring, it really hit me that, that's very important, isn't it? Because if you're trying to get girls to buy into a whole bunch of male-based PFP projects, they're starting off at a disadvantage.
Well, she was telling me that during the events, there'd be women showing up and they'd kind of go off to the side and go talk to her instead of all these other guys out there. They felt comfortable going to her and talk to her and be like, so what's this Aavegotchi thing? Tell us about it. She's pretty knowledgeable with this stuff too. And so she was telling them about her wearables and how the characteristics of her gotchi are like her. And they kind of connected with that. They're like, oh, okay, so you can buy these, like my Callum was saying, these female wearables, you can get like a dress and all these things. It makes a difference. And I certainly realized that as well.
Yeah, I mean, Natasha was invaluable. Like, this is another person that came on that was there uncompensated, that worked her ass off, like crazy amount of work. She participated, like when we had to dress up the MJ mansion, she led a lot of that initiative in terms of getting the prints and getting the frames. She did a lot of I don't want to call it arts and crafts because that seems demeaning, but like setting up the goodie bags, like just a lot of organization.
Design work.
Yeah, a lot of design work, a lot of organization. It's just an extra hand on deck that was like so valuable in a time where it's like, for us to do what we did, we had a team of almost 13 people and we still were kind of stretched thin, So it's just, people like that, they deserve all the recognition. And, I'm happy. I've heard about her before passively. I knew that she had a gotchi because I remember Hefe, anecdotally saying that he got her a gemstone, and I was making fun of him. I was like, "Oh, you got her the gemstone? You got to get her the real ring." So I'm hopefully that's still in the works, Hefe. But she killed it. She definitely killed it.
Well, and that leads right into the same discussion. We'll go through that tomorrow as well. But if anybody's curious or wants to see our budget docs or wants to kind of take a review or see what it took to make this whole event happen or what the expansion looks like when a team grows from 6 to 13, happy to have those chats with anybody because, she's part of that and invaluable support that ended up being just as important as the core team.
Yeah, and apparently Natasha has a top 100 XP Aavegotchi. She didn't even tell me. So low key. Flexing over there.
Also, shout out to Light Piglet. Oh man, so invaluable him being there. I feel like I've seen Light Piglet in the Discord before. I said this on GMI yesterday. I've seen him as an active gotchi, but I haven't seen him I've known of him, but not a lot of him. He's an OG. He's been here forever. And just after ETH Denver, it's like this activation. I was saying on GMI's syncopator call. It's like watching somebody, you're married to someone and the love is still there, but sometimes not that it fades, but it not, or even weakens, but you're not as excited about it. You're in it and you're still in love, but you're not super as excited. We lit a fire under like Piglet. I've seen him in the Discord like crazy this week, and I'm so excited because I feel like it's a direct result of seeing and feeling the Gotchi gang vibe in real life. And Dr. Wagme, to his credit, he said this, and I do agree. I've been, me and him have had our issues in the past, but he said it prior to Eve Denver, and I totally agree with this now. We need in real life events so that when we meet each other, we can kind of dispel all that like aggression or whatever feelings we might have. Meeting Dr. Wagme in real life was amazing because he's a great guy. He's a cool guy to sit with and talk with and just like, be in the same room with. And you can't do that, remotely. So it's very valuable to have these events. And shout out to Dr. Wagme because he put his work in too. And I appreciate the support.
That's
Yeah,
incredible meeting all these guys.
Yeah, there's no understatement to how much impact digital can have in the physical, and that bridge between analog and digital is super important. Like the first thing I bought with Dogecoin was a sticker and a magnet, and that's kind of where my obsession came from. Is because once I had something in my hand that I created with my computer, it was pretty much game over.
Yeah, there is something special to say about that, that connection there. And even having the ability to meet people you maybe have not seen before. I know it didn't happen as much to me, but I know my Callum and No Futuristic, ZombieShepherd can certainly speak to this. People coming up to them, standing right by them, being like, I've known you my whole life, and just having a conversation. And then you realize, holy shit, this is Choina. You don't realize, it doesn't click right away. Or sometimes they'll say, hey, Jordan, or hey, I'm this guy. It won't click right away. And then they'll say, I'm whoever, name from Discord.
Yep. It is a weird experience too, because I forget that I'm so like visible and like people like you can see my PFP is me now. So people are coming up and they're like, "Hey, No Futuristic," and I'm like, "How do you know me?" Like I have no idea the context here. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forget I make videos and everybody sees them." So it was very nice meeting everybody, meeting Grim R, meeting all these people in real life, and it's just like it's a beautiful thing. It is like Musashi right there. Like I've talked to Musashi so many times in Discord, and in Discord, it's text. So sometimes like it feels like he's like being kind of aggressive or like a contrarian. And then you meet him in real life and he's like, oh no, this is just a normal dude voicing regular opinions without the context of like that in-person voice to voice kind of thing. You lose a lot in translation. So getting to meet him, getting to meet T-Bird, that was another one. Like just so many awesome contact, all these awesome gotchis that came through. Tommy Gotchi passed by the booth and he's like, I remember because he's like, oh yeah, he's Gotchi gang, he's wearing all this stuff. I'm like, hey, I'm No Futuristic. He's like, I know. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. I forgot. Like it's an amazing experience. And Coder Dan, I know you had mentioned this before that you might be in the States at some point this year. So if that's happening, we definitely need to organize an event, some kind of GotchiCon, because we all want to meet you and sit in the same room because it's just a different vibe. It really is.
Absolutely. That needs to happen. And whatever time that is, that's the inaugural GotchiCon.
Well, and let's manifest the reality we want to see. GotchiCon's going to be in Texas on the coast at the Ghost Ship with T-Bird. That is the central location. It's a decent airport. Cost of living is low there. Accommodations are fair. The weather's nice. This is the right spot. We talked about a couple of different options out there at Denver. It made sense that the coast of Texas on the Aransas area, it makes a lot of sense. And the Ghost Ship is going to be setting sail soon.
Also, lastly, because I know we're going to be ending soon, Rizzle, OG Gotchi gang, fake Gotchi artist. we got to meet him. He's amazing too. He's actually doing something called Rizzle Fest in Tennessee. It's at Percy Priest Lake, which is like a 15-minute drive from my house. So I'm gonna try to get tickets now that crypto's tanking. I probably can afford it. If anybody's interested in going, it's gonna be I think April 20th through the 23rd. It's gonna be a camping trip. His own little conference. I'm probably gonna go. I will provide housing. I have my Callie missing my house. I have a 2-bedroom apartment. You can sleep on the floor. I have an extra bed. I'm down for this. Let's go invade Rizzle Fest because he's down with Gotchi Gang and he supports us. Choina, how do you move so fast? I mean, also meeting Choina was one of the best experiences out there because he walked up, he's like, I'm Choina, and I literally jaw drop, oh my god, this is a legend right here. And Choina's personality in the Discord matches his personality in IRL. So it was such a cool experience meeting you, friend.
Hey, Umami, always the one to bring the hard questions to the party, right? He wants to know what's the updates on devs. Did we meet any devs? Have we onboarded any devs? Did we have any kind of dev success? So I'll let all y'all kind of speak to your own stories there. For me, I think the biggest dev success that we had was the recognition of the Metacartel and the MSG family and the legacy devs that have been in our shadows from the very beginning, and just making sure that we stay familiar with them and reactivate them and make sure that they have a loud enough voice, because one of the very first petting bots on chain was built by Victor, who is the S of the MSG crew, the Shenanigans. And so these guys have been here before most of us have. And so we have dev talent internally that we just need to reawaken.
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely a big reactivation of people who had Aavegotchis in their wallet, who were in this space as developers and had picked up on this project a year or 2 years ago with this Gotchi just sitting in their wallet, probably not getting pet either, but we didn't give them a hard time for that. And we just definitely reconnected, got them excited about the project, and I'm hoping we can actually have something more substantial worked out with some of these developers in the coming months. We also did meet quite a few people at the Bidler Palace, just coming up to us, asking us why we were there, what Aavegotchi is. There was some curiosity that was drummed up at the Bidler's Palace, specifically with the ZK Sync guys and our Weave team that we were talking to. I remember they seemed to be really interested in what Aavegotchi was doing.
I'm not going to lie, I feel like most of the team projects that we talked to were more excited about working with us than we are to have them. We talked to a lot of infrastructure, a lot of tooling people, and they're just like, oh, damn, we've got a service for you.
Yeah, also I had a couple connections. I've added them to the worksheet that we created with Nigel. People from NodeReal, Hefe actually interviewed them, and they have infrastructure stuff for RPCs, and then even other games. There's a game called Hemtopia that's on Polygon. They're interested in us. There's another one. I did a giveaway interview with a guy named Crypto Miggy, who actually Eve Denver retweeted a picture of him rocking the Aavegotchi sweater with the bufficorn. And he works with a game, I think, called Altera, which is a cross-chain game. They actually tweeted at us yesterday saying, hey, when Aavegotchi Altera partnership or collab. So there are a lot of things that are coming into fruition now that we'll see in the coming weeks. I have to, one of the big issues that we faced at the Blockchain Arcade, which everybody faced, was internet just dropped. It just completely died. So I have a notebook full of contacts that I have to, it's somewhere in my bag, that I'm going to have to manually transfer over to these documents, which will be very useful. But one thing I will say is next year we need to create a QR code, something that we can have on our table that people can take a picture of just in case the internet's down, that will give them all the information that we have. All the other people, like CowSwap had something like that, and they had this cool piece of merch. So that would go a long way. Little cheap thing to do, a little QR code that gives access straight to the information, and that we can definitely benefit from.
Yeah, I put a snap code on a sweater when those first came out, and that was an easy way. People just scan my chest.
It worked as long as people had service. Yeah, the service was really a challenge there. Adding people on Telegram, Twitter, or QRs was really limited. Literally, we resorted to writing on the back of raffle tickets with Sharpies. But honestly, Hefe, the social tag stickers were a genius idea. Just the lightweight sticker that you slap on the back of other stickers or other docs. And it just had the Aavegotchi, the GMI Friends socials. We could have easily had gmifriends.com on there, and we would have been pretty comprehensive. But, you know, we anticipated Eat Denver to have freaking internet, but go figure, live and learn.
Plan for the best, prepare for the worst.
They only, they only sell cows and horses there on the weekend, so you make do with what you got.
Talk about going from Web 0 to Web 3. It's like we're doing cows and horses, and this weekend we're doing the future of the internet. Get a pre-horse show.
Hey, let me do
it. The horse shows.
Let me do a quick just community call while we got everybody here. Does anyone know anything about Lev? Has anyone heard from Lev? Has anyone seen Lev? Do we have a welfare check on friend Lev? He was initially part of the core team for the Eat Denver crew and ended up dipping out about 3 weeks ahead of time. And I literally haven't heard a word from him since. And so maybe just if anyone's aware, just thoughts on Lev. Master Yang's fine. Hefe's got ties on him. He's going to be hanging out with him in Miami soon, I think. He's just off chain. He's taking care of a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while. Is he good?
Oh yeah, he's busy. He hasn't migrated, but he's put his attention on his OG chain, Bitcoin, and
I had
some work over there.
One of my real life friends, that's an artist I've mentioned a few times, actually did a piece for him, and I think he was meant to publish it as a fake at some point. That was a while ago, though.
Soji was asking about John Gotchi too, and we did get great confirmation back from John Gotchi, as well as Rigo. Rigo was also on the welfare checklist, and so Rigo's doing good. He's just backed out of the space a little bit. He's got lots of stuff going on. John Gotchi is an interesting story, and if any of you guys have the inclination, I would strongly recommend that you reach out to him and just say a hello and give him some support. He recently moved to South Korea and began his professional developer's career. And so it's two major lifestyle changes, and he's just going through the growing pains and the adjustment. And it's been a little bit lonely for him and a little bit tough. And so he's still sticking around, and he watches us from the shadows. But I think that a pat on the back would go a long way for one of our good friends.
Maybe a physical IRL pat on the back. It seems like Umami might be going there, going to South Korea soon.
Yeah, that'll work out, Umami. You'll have to make sure you make it aware when you're headed that way, and if you can't get linked up with them, we'll patch you through. But let's send a big old Gotcha Gang hug through you. Actually, talking about more Gotcha Gang in Korea, T-Bird's probably in the audience somewhere here, but him and Musashi went to the Immersion House. Immersion House was a hacker house ran through ETH Denver as well, and it's like the developer community of South Korea. They had a blast, man. They would not quit talking about it. They absolutely loved going through the South Korean hacker house at ETH Denver. A lot of overlap there. I'm just going back through my Google Photos here and just finding some gems to share with folks because there's so much good stuff. Oh, this is a good one too, because I haven't edited any of these or taken care of any of this stuff, but just so
friend,
much
you're gonna be
fun.
seeing content coming out for like the next few weeks. I know it's like,
at least
there's so much stuff. Like I filled a 1 terabyte drive of content, and like I shot like smaller codecs to make this work, but I filled up a whole terabyte of just ETH Denver. So we have a lot of stuff there. And that's not even including all the cell phone footage. I was like, I tried to be a media czar, and we had a big crew, and I was asking everybody, like, whenever you have a chance, take pictures, shoot videos. Smoke Screens was amazing at this. He was always on the ball, shooting B-roll, getting images, posting to GMI. So there's just so much content. So hopefully you don't get bored seeing so much of this stuff, but it's going to be, I'll continue to stream out through the coming weeks.
Here's a gem for you, Zombie.
Hey guys, can you hear me now?
That sounds good, Dan. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to be signing off here, friends, but I just, while we were chatting here, just dropped a quick thread on what's going on with Ghost and Die, because it sounds like we're going to be getting some more coverage, possibly from other media. So everyone just go and give it some likes, some comments, retweet it, and I pinned it to my profile as well on here on Twitter. So I think it's a pretty good explanation, given I wrote it in about 5 minutes. So yeah, we will see what happens. Hopefully the weekend goes pretty smooth. And again, the vote is going to end on Tuesday, 2 a.m. UTC, so about 9 p.m. EST, I think, or actually I think it's 10 a.m. I think Zico saw him in the chat saying you guys are going to spring forward. So 9 or 10 p.m. On Tuesday. So make sure you guys go and vote. We are doing the XP, and I dropped the voting link. I'm going to try and drop it again here. Got to log on to Aragon. But yeah, lots to do, busy weekend, and just if anyone is in the chat, there's a lot of new friends come into the chat this weekend. They might have just heard about Ghost, or they might see the news. Let's try to welcome them and just give them a Gotcha Gang welcome, and drop the thread here, kind of give them a quick overview of what's going on and what to expect on Tuesday.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all the hard work.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys for all coming out, and yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see you. Oh, and don't forget about the raffle. There's so much going on. The raffle is going to end on Monday, 2 p.m. UTC. So Monday, our typical kind of the hangout time. It's going to end on. Oh, for you guys, maybe it might be 1 hour earlier or later. I forget. So yeah, the raffles are going to end on Monday. Make sure you get your tickets in. Lots of good schematics up for grabs. Someone could probably do a quick check on how many tickets have been entered, but yeah, so lots of good stuff there up for grabs. So make sure you enter it in the raffle if you haven't already. Cool, friends. Well, I'm going to get some rest and hopefully have a decent Sunday. We'll see what happens.
Thanks,
Everyone,
Dan.
Stay safe out there. Peace. Yep.
Later, friends. See y'all tomorrow.
Take it easy, friends.